Might as well do the underground mission as well. Look at that, so awesome. Have I been here? I don't know. I might have. Oh, look at that, one of those guys. Wow, I'm so rich.
Keep away, you murderer!
I'm not a murderer. Yeah, you know what? I haven't money. Let's use this.
You know what? I'm beginning
Well, look at their armor, it's so awesome.
They'll tell you. That's a terribly unhealthy thing.
That didn't work as I planned. Alright, let's fight. Look at that guy dancing.
Remember your training, man! Now, get in! Just be ready to strike when the time is right.
Just be ready to defend or counter when the time's right. It's not working. Oh wait, that guy's tracking it. Man. Oh, that was awesome.
Run! Don't look, just run! Good.
I'm not involved!
Yeah, don't look. I bet we'll be able to run away. Actually, no, the armor costs a lot. You know what I'll do? I'll renovate, philosophical codex pages? Oh, right, so the main codex pages I'm getting from enemies are practical. They improve your hidden blade, techniques and all that, whereas what? Never mind. Whereas the ones I'm collecting on on my own time, just seeing like this one, seeing on the map and all that, they're philosophical. So these are the ones I actually want to read. Oh, no, but those are actually the ones I want for myself. Because I want to read them. Like one of these ones might be the fourth one we are looking for, so we could continue our reading. Because I prefer these ones. Oh, I know what this codex page will give us. That's awesome. I love this.
Ezio! Dio mio! You're alive! Is it true? They say you killed the Doge.
I was trying to save him, Leonardo. But the truth matters little. I failed. And now I'm the most wanted man in Venezia.
Well, perhaps you're in luck. It's Carnevale in Venezia.
Oh look, I look
this
older.
This is the time when everybody goes without a face.
I have
That's
some.
why I'm here. Do you have a
stubble.
mask I can wear?
Of course. Somewhere in here.
Actually, I don't remember Ezio's
Grazie, amico
face
mio.
getting older.
But I have something for you.
Oh, more of the Codex.
Maybe it's in the latest patch that made
This
that
one's
possible.
quite complex. It's a new design, my friend. A mechanism for your wrist, but not a blade. In fact, it seems to be a kind of arma da fuoco, but as small as a hummingbird.
Ooh.
Is that possible?
I have no idea. Let's build it and find out.
Yeah, I don't remember Ezio having a stubble. I clearly remember that from the very first mission to the very last, well, to the one before last, Ezio looked exactly the same, even though it's been like 14, 20, whatever years. And then on the very last mission, he has a beard, which makes him look older, I guess. Yeah, he has a stubble there, nice. And his face looks older. Maybe it was a patch, or maybe I just misremembered. I don't know. Wait, hidden blade upgrade. What did I get? What's happening? Where? Who? Oh yeah, the pistol. Lock on your target. Can I stop this? Good. I cannot lock on the guy. Ah, okay. Closer. What is this sorcery? Sweet. And I got more bullets.
Break something, the idiot.
And it loads, the pistol loads faster than like a musket or, you know, a flint on pistol.
You done me good, brother.
Ma certo. But I'm sure your return was not just to play with new toys. Is it about this terrible new dodge they've installed? Marco Barbarigo? Then you'll want to speak with your friend Antonio. I've seen him quite a bit lately at mutual friends. I'd look for him there, in the Dorso Duro district, to the south. Ask for Sister Teodora.
Sister?
Well, in a way.
What, a hooker?
Sister. And Ezio, you can't be carrying weapons out there today.
Grazie, Leonardo. Now, about that mask.
Can I at least have my hidden blade and pistol? Ooh.
Marco Barbarigo. Although his brother Agostino was destined for greatness, Marco left his mark on Venetian history as well. A tyrant since he was barely old enough to walk, whatever Marco wanted, he got. There are records here for jewels, entire fleets of ships, all paid for by his family and all ordered directly from him. And then there's his personal life. Apparently, Marco's wife, Carlotta, used to be married to his bodyguard, Dante Moro.
Oh.
Dante was captain of the city guard, and heir to one of the most prestigious families in Venezia. Marco was supposedly his close friend, right? But get this, Marco decides he wants Carlotta.
Oh,
In the
no.
Catholic religion, marriage is till death do us part, and Marco's a good Catholic. So, he hires a hit on Dante.
No.
Dante gets stabbed 3 times in the body, and once in the head. But he doesn't die. He recovers with severe brain damage. Dante becomes like a child. So, what does Marco do? Well, he hires Dante as his personal bodyguard, and he gets him to sign a confession annulling the marriage. Marco takes Carlotta, and keeps Dante as his personal slave. What a
That's
lovely
so
fellow.
cruel. So horrible. But when we saw him, Dante, last time, he seemed okay. I mean, people said that he's apparently not a very good talker. But he, you know, didn't seem like a, you know, disabled. Right, let's go that way. Ah, nice. Dude, I seriously look older. I wonder if that was part of the original game, or that they heard people's no, it's not really complaints, you know, I don't think anybody complained about that. It's not game breaking, it's just immersion breaking, I guess. But yeah, I don't remember him looking older. I mean, even now, it's been what, 5, so this is 86, right? No, 80, yeah, it's been 10 years, I think, exactly 10 years. Or was it 8 years? Did we start in 76 or 78? Anywho, you know, all he gets is a stubble. But then again, we started the game when we were maybe 17. So now we're 27. Yeah, whatever. His haircut is the same, which I love. I like the way it's kind of weird. Like I bet it would awful in like not in a ponytail, but how it is now looks awesome. Like it's in a ponytail, and then there's like the front bit is not tied because it's short, but it's just, you know, in real life it wouldn't look good either, I don't think. I would be very afraid to try it myself. Yeah, let's quickly get our money, and 8 more to go, and then we will read some stuff. Let's see if we have the 4th codex page. No, not locations, sorry. We don't have the 4th one. Okay, whatever, let's just read this. Who were the ones that came before? What brought them here? How long ago? Centuries? Millennia? Longer still? So little remains of them. What drove them out? What of these artifacts? Messages in a bottle? Tools left behind to aid and guide us? Or do we fight for control over their refuse, giving the wine purpose and meaning to little more than discarded toys? Interesting. Ah, there's no 6. I had thought Adha would be the one to lead me to rest, that I might lay down my blade and live as a normal man, but now I know such dreams are best left to sleep. Who's Adha? Her face, I tried to banish it from my mind as I remember the days and nights during which I chased her Templar captors across the sea. Almost caught to them in time, almost, if I had only been faster. Instead, I held her lifeless body in my arms, saw the terror reflecting in her fixed and blinking eyes. I hunted each man one by one until all responsible were gone from the world. This Ada, his daughter? But there was no joy in this, no satisfaction or release. Their deaths did not bring her back, did not heal my wounds. After that, I was certain I would never again feel for a woman as I had for her. I am fortunate to have been wrong. Ada, maybe that's his previous girlfriend, and now Maria is... I don't know. Oh darn it, there's no... Okay, let me write down the codex pages I still need to read, otherwise I'll forget. So there's 4. 4. 6. And then 8, okay. Wait, that's the one we read, right? 4, 6... Okay. Over time, any sentence uttered long and loud enough becomes fixed, becomes a truth. Provided, of course, you cannot blast the dissent and silence your opponents. But should you succeed and remove all challengers, then what remains is by default now true. Is it truth in some objective sense? No, but how does one ever achieve an objective point of view? The answer is you don't. It is literally, physically impossible. There are too many variables, too many fields and formulae to consider. But we can try, of course, we can inch closer and closer to revelation, but we'll never reach it, not ever. And so I have realized that so long as the Templars exist, they will attempt to bend reality to their will. They recognize there is no such thing as an absolute truth, or if there is, we are hopelessly under-equipped to recognize it. And so in its place, they seek to create their own explanation. It is the guiding principle of their so-named New World Order, to reshape existence in their own image. It is not about artifacts, not about men. These are merely tools. It's about concepts, clever of them, for how does one wage war against a concept? It is the perfect weapon. It lacks a physical form, yet can alter the world around us in numerous, often violent ways. You cannot kill a creed, even if you kill all of its adherents, destroy all of its writings. These are a reprieve at best. What's reprieve? Someone, someday will discover it, reinvent it. I believe that even we, the assassins, have simply rediscovered an order that predates the old man himself. Maybe that's what Origins and Odyssey and all that are all about. Okay, 10. Zoom in. Apple, apple, piece of Eden. Normal apple, piece of Eden, apple of Eden. But listen to me and be brainwashed, I guess. I don't know. 11. Attis, Dionysus, Horus, Krishna, Mithra, Jesus. Similar stories color their lives. Too similar, I think. Divine birthright, persecution, disciplines, miraculous acts, resurrection. How is it possible? Perhaps it isn't. Merely a single story told over the ages, borrowed then changed to fit the times, evolving as our tools and language do. Is this tale born of fact or fiction? A bit of both? Could these figures be the same person? Their life extended and transformed by a piece of Eden? Oh. Al-Mualim spoke of Jesus as a real person, I remember. A mortal who had mastered the arts of manipulation. But what if he was wrong? If these men are real, and if they have walked amongst us many times before, does it mean they'll come again? Perhaps they are here now. So many questions, and every day even more. And so little answers. Sun. Okay. Alright. He saw this from a piece of Eden. That's awesome. The moon and stuff. Cool, cool, cool. Very, whatchamacallit. Not archaeology. What's the star thing? Whatever. I don't remember the word. The Hidden Blade has been a constant companion of ours over the years. Some would even say it defines us, and they would not be entirely wrong. Many of our successes would not have been possible without it. Still, that device has begun to show its age, and so I have been researching improvements beyond ending the need to remove one's finger to wield it. The first is the addition of a metal blade that can be used to deflect incoming blows. Ah, yes, the other assassins believe it is forged of a new metal and credit me with the discovery of the formula included on this page. It is better that they not know the truth. Yeah, so that's why we can fight with Ezio. We can fight with the Hidden Blades, whereas in the first game we couldn't. And there's new techniques how to do it as well, like from there. It's awesome. I have also worked with Malik to describe new methods of assassination, from on high, from ledges, and from hiding places. I thought you could do the from a high one in the first game. I tried several times, it didn't work. I know now why. Well, I knew before, but now I know for sure. Basic movements, but critical nonetheless. The third and final improvement is the most simple. The provision of a second blade, identical in every way to the first, should an assassin ever find himself tasked with dispatching two targets. He need only time to strike in such a way that he might reach both at the same time. These blades will be limited in number since the metals with which we forge them remain difficult to obtain. I will need to think carefully about who shall be allowed to carry two. Myself, Malik, some other people. Man seeks domination over all that he encounters. I suppose it is a natural tendency for us to aspire towards mastery of our surroundings, but this should not include other human beings. Every day more and more are pressed into service, by deception or by force. Others, though not so firmly imprisoned, are made to feel as if their lives are worthless. I have seen the ways in which men persecute women, heard the cruel words hurled at those who come here from other lands, watched as those who believe or act differently are made to suffer. We discuss such things often, watching as we do from the spires of Masyaf. What can be done to stop this, to encourage tolerance and equality? Some days we speak of education, believing that knowledge will free us from immortality. You could use the apple to do that, but then you would kind of become a Templar. But as I walk the streets and see slaves sent off to auction, my heart grows cold when I see the husband hurl abuses and stones at his wife, insisting she exists only to serve him. My fists clench. And when I see children torn from their parents so that another man might profit, sent off to suffer beneath the desert sun and die. On these days, I do not think that dialogue will make a difference. On these days, I can think only of how the perpetrators need to die. Damn, dude. Cyprus and Sola? Is that what discovering the world? I don't know. I don't get it. Discovering America. The apple is more than a catalogue of that which precedes us. Within its twisting, sparking innards, I caught glimpses of what will be. Such a thing that should not be possible. Perhaps it isn't. Maybe it is simply a suggestion. How to know? How to be sure? I contemplate the consequences of these visions. Are they images of things to come, or simply the potential for what might be? Can we influence the outcome? Dare we try? And in so doing, do we merely ensure that which we've seen? I am torn as always between actions and inactions, unclear as to which, if either, will make the difference. Am I even meant to make a difference? Still, I keep this journal. Is that not an attempt to change, or perhaps guarantee what I have seen? Oh dear, okay. 17, 18, 19. I have studied the ancient pagan faiths that came before this more recent obsession with a single divine creator. They seem to have focused more on the fundamental forces at play in the world around us, and less on arbitrary moral rules. The sun rises in the morning and sets in the evening. The tides ebb and flow, grass grows, withers, dies, and then in time emerges from the ground once more. The air turns warm, then cools, and back again. Some hidden energy keeps us fitted to the ground and pulls us back when we attempt to leave it. Each of these movements was represented before by a god or goddess, each force given face but recognized as something distinct and powerful. Which is not to say there were not connections between these forces, a pantheon of individual spirits or rules, invisible hands guiding the progress of the world around us. And so here there was an attempt to categorize, study, explain, and understand the way things work, even if it was flawed, but no more. Now we are asked to succumb to a far more simplified explanation. How naive to believe there might be a single answer to every question, every mystery, that there exists a lone divine light which rules over all. They say it is the light that brings us truth and love. I say it is a light that blinds us and forces us to stumble about in ignorance. Oh my god, noises. I long for the day when men will turn away from invisible monsters and once more embrace a more rational view of the world. With these new religions are so convenient and promise such terrible punishment should one reject them, I worry that fear shall keep us stuck to what is surely the greatest lie ever told. Okay. Ooh. Hidden... oh, poison, yeah. One may cultivate extracts from various plants found throughout the region. More exotic species can sometimes be obtained from traders and travelers, but their properties are less documented and require further examination. Traditional alchemical implements can be used to distill the poison. Care should be used as certain poisons can be absorbed through exposed skin. Many are those who have lost their lives to carelessness. One's blade should be hollowed according to the specifications listed herein. Deviation may create fractures within the metal, causing the blade to weaken and possibly break. Oh no. Maybe other pieces of Eden? I don't know. What to make of this map? It appears to contain the entire world, not flat as they claim either, but round, like a ball, like the apple. But how is such a thing even possible? Stranger still are the lands it shows, great patches of the unknown, the unexplored, so many places yet to be discovered. Are there men there? Are they like us? And if not, different how? I should like to know the answers. Perhaps in time I'll have the chance to travel, to chart a course and make my way to these distant lands. Nice. I would like to do that as well. The Creed. Now, more ways of jumping around and stuff, I guess. Okay, 24. 24. Maria, I guess. I have the answer now. I know the truth. I shall not touch that wretched thing again, really? Best that no one does. Oh, maybe he's writing these when he's older. Best that no one does, now or ever. But what answer do you have? I have tried at last to destroy it, but it will neither bend nor break nor melt. On the irony, I am certain if I asked, the apple would tell me what need be done, but even this promise is insufficient. Always it holds one more gift to give. I must refrain, so it shall be sealed. We will take it to the island. Once theirs, now ours. There's a treasure there hidden well, and it shall have to suffice. Risky to separate myself from the artifact that others may discover. It's riskier still to keep it close. In time I will be tempted. Oh, I think I know what happened here. I'm not gonna spoil it, but I think I know. This might be written after an incident. I'm weak. We all are. Who wouldn't be? On the things I have seen. Oh, the things I have seen. The tale is here, inside the text, not between the lines, but beneath them, where only our eyes might peer. Go and see it for yourself, that you might succeed where I and the others have failed. Time marches on, bringing with it new discoveries and developments, and so at least one day the doorway might be opened and a message delivered. They will have their prophet. Oh, he's talking about the prophet and stuff. Okay, he knows. He knows. Whoa. Shush. What the hell's happening? 27 was it? Yeah. And then the rest I have, okay. Oh, the pistol, nice. Success! We have found a way to alter the structure of the hidden blade so that it can be used to launch small projectiles. It is capable of grievous damage, even from great distance. I confess, the means by which I came about the discovery was risky, to say the least. Did you consult the apple again, after writing the other codex? But I have found that in small doses, and with a focused mind, the apple can be used without ill effect, or so I hope. Okay, I want to read what happened on the 27th codex page. Why did you come back to the apple? The knowledge of projectile combat is not new to us, having been observed amongst our eastern neighbors, but their weapons were much larger and insufficient for our needs. I have now found a way to miniaturize their designs, embedding their fury weapon into a form that can be worn on the wrist. We have also refined the formula for combustible powder such that common ingredients might be used. This is a dangerous bit of knowledge, and it is best shared with only our closest allies. Alright. A dark tide rises to the east, an army of such size and power that all the land is made quick with worry. Their leader is a man named Temujin, who has adopted the title Genghis Khan. Oh. The Mongols attacked... Okay, yeah. He sweeps across the lands, conquering and subsuming all who stand in his way. Whatever his motives, he must be stopped. Were I younger, I might attempt to undertake this work in secret, as I suspect the presence of a piece of Eden. But those days are years gone. Now, the mantle must be passed. At this time she and I spoke with our sons. Oh, okay. We will travel there together, that they may be tested and that this threat might be stopped. So, Altair thinks that Genghis Khan might have another piece of Eden. Another one exists. Oh my god. Soon I shall pass from this world. It is my time. All the hours of the day are now colored by the thoughts and fears born of this realization. I know that the elements of my body will return to the earth, but what of my consciousness, my identity? That is to say, what of me? I suspect it will end. There is no next world, nor a return to this one. It will simply be done forever. Our lives are so brief and unimportant. The cosmos cares nothing for us, for what we've done. Had we wrought evil instead of good, had I chosen to abuse the apple instead of seal it away, none of it would have mattered. There is no counting, no reckoning, no final judgment. There is simply silence and darkness, utter and absolute, and so I have begun to wonder, might there not be a way to stop or at least delay death's embrace? Surely the ones who came before were not so frail and feeble as we, but I have sworn to be done with the artifact, not gaze into this core. Still, faced as I am with the prospect of my end, what harm is there in one last look? I wonder what happened. Did he die? Maybe he became mortal. That would be awesome.